It's been 3 months since Liyanah was sold to a slave dealer. She became an emotionless and obedient slave. Liyanah was only a young child, but she was too young to be popular with customers. Her life filled with laughter and the warmth of family. She chased butterflies in fields bursting with wildflowers. Her world was small, safe and filled with love, but everything changed. Raiders stormed her village, leaving behind only ashes and despair.
I was torn from my family, my cries echoing the village's devastation.
Sold into slavery, Liyanah was thrown into a harsh and unforgiving world. Gone was the warmth of the sun on her skin, replaced by the biting chill of fear. Days blurred into nights, each one an endless cycle of toil and misery. The slave dealer was flogging and venting his anger at her again today. Her young body pushed to its limits. The weight of her chains mirrored the despair that clung to her soul.
Please buy me, Liyanah said. Her family faces fading into distant memories. Sleep offered little solace, haunted by nightmares of that fateful day. The scent of smoke always lingered, a cruel reminder of all I had lost.
Her once vibrant spirit now flickered faintly, threatened by the overwhelming darkness of her reality. Hope seemed like a distant star, lost in the vastness of her despair. Aching heart, shackled spirit, brutality became her reality. Each day a testament to her resilience. The world had become a cruel and unforgiving place. Liyanah's days were marked by the sting of the lash and the ache in her little bones. Every sunrise brought fresh pain, a constant reminder of her captivity. The face of her captor were etched in her mind, his cruelty a constant shadow.
I witnessed unimaginable cruelty, the suffering of fellow older slaves my constant companion. Each day was a test of my spirit, a battle against the crushing weight of despair.
Liyanah clung to the memory of her family, their love a beacon in the darkness. Their faces, though fading, fueled her will to survive.
Their songs, whispered in the dead of night, became my solace. I found strength in our shared pain, a silent promise to endure.
Despite the hardships she faced, a flicker of defiance ignited within her. Liyanah refused to let the darkness extinguish her spirit entirely. A flicker in the darkness. A stranger's unexpected compassion ignites a spark of hope. One day, a stranger arrived. His eyes, filled with kindness, met Liyanah's. He saw past the dirt and despair, recognizing the flicker of hope that still resided within her. After a long pause, I looked into her eyes and bought her from the slave dealer at a bargain price.
Taken in by a man who insists on being called Pops.
His presence brought with it a glimmer of something unknown to Liyanah: compassion. Pops was different from the others. He spoke to Liyanah with respect, his voice gentle and devoid of malice.
Here, take this water. You look like you need it.
He offered her water when she fainted, his touch surprisingly kind. In his simple acts of kindness, Liyanah saw a glimmer of hope.
His compassion, a beacon in the darkness, chipped away at the despair that had encased my heart.
The seeds of hope, dormant for so long, began to sprout. Liyanah dared to believe that maybe, just maybe, there was a chance for something more. With renewed determination, Liyanah dares to dream of freedom.
Pop's kindness had a profound effect on me. It awakened within me a longing for freedom, a desire to reclaim the life that had been stolen.
His compassion fueled her spirit, reminding her of the humanity that still resided within her.
I saw her intelligence and spirit, recognizing her as a person, not a possession.
Pop began teaching Liyanah, sharing his knowledge of the stars and the stories they held.
I spoke of freedom, planting the seeds of hope in her heart.
Liyanah listened intently, her heart daring to believe in a future beyond her current reality. She learned to read the constellations, finding hope in their celestial dance. Each night, under the watchful gaze of the stars, Liyanah's dream of freedom burned brighter. She vowed to fight for that dream, for herself and for those who suffered alongside her. Liyanah's spirit, once crushed, now soars, embracing a future she dared not imagine.
One night, I'm no longer your master, dear. I free you from your bondage.
Liyanah's heart was racing as Pop spoke. She couldn't believe he was giving her freedom and treating her like a daughter. I was no longer the scared girl who had been ripped from her home. I was a survivor, my spirit tempered by hardship and ignited by kindness.
Following Pop's guidance, it was a far cry from the abuse and neglect she had endured in the past. It was a perilous journey, Each step brought her closer to bring out that little girl. But the thought of freedom, of reclaiming her life, spurred her onward. She could almost taste the sweetness of liberty, feel the warmth of the sun on her skin as a free child.
Finally, after what felt like an eternity, I reached safety. Tears streamed down my face, a mixture of relief and overwhelming joy. I was free.
Liyanah's journey from chains to freedom was a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human heart. It showcased the power of kindness to heal even the deepest wounds and ignite the flames of hope in the darkest of times. Her story served as a beacon of resilience, reminding us that even in the face of unimaginable adversity, the power of the human spirit, especially when nurtured by compassion, can pave the path toward a brighter tomorrow.